So to be successful in the service business, we have to be an effective listener. If we don't listen, then we can't react. If we don't listen, we can't solve problems or come up with solutions. So here's some ways to become an effective listener. Encourage silence to show you're actively listening. Here's a good tip. Get in the habit of waiting 2 to 3 seconds before responding. That way we're sure that our customer is through talking. And this pause will make the person feel that we've heard them, make them feel comfortable, and it'll make them feel that we've retained what they've mentioned to us. And the other thing is very important, never interrupt the client when he's speaking. Even if we're not in agreement with what they're saying, let's wait for the right opportunity, and then that point will be able to be made a little bit more clearer. And be present when you're listening. You know, it's very easy to be thinking of something else. Focus on what the client is saying or trying to say, instead of being concerned whether or not you're going to be able to sell this individual or you're going to be able to satisfy that customer. And then make the client feel heard. That's real important. And this goes beyond just becoming a better listener. What this means is it makes sure that the person you're actually listening to feels heard. For instance, here's some things that you might do. What you might do is say, for my own understanding, what are you truly saying? Or to further clarify what you're saying, is it, and then you go on to say that. Or what I'm hearing is, and then repeat what they've said. So put yourself in the customer's position. If you did that, you'd really know that, boy, this guy is listening to me. Become a solution-oriented listener. Spend more time on listening for a solution than you would on a problem. And this has really is an important thing when you're trying to sell somebody. Because if you're really listening, you may listen to some key words or phrases or points that they're making that you can apply in your presentation or your proposal. Also listen for what is not being said. What is implied is often more important than what is being spoken. So if you sense that the client may be sending conflicting messages, ask a question to explore the meaning behind the words and message you think the client is trying to communicate. Resist the temptation to rebut. If you're focused on creating a rebuttal to what your customer is saying, you can't be listening. Remember that you always can rebut later after you've heard the whole message and that you've had time to think about it. Listen for information. Here's 4 things that we can listen to when we're listening to a client or in front of a client. Listen for what is missing. Listen for concerns the client may have or what is important to them. Listen for what they value. And listen for what they want and need in order to fill the gap between what they're getting now and what they would like to get. So remember, when speaking with a client, you certainly don't learn anything from listening to yourself talk.